For the first time in history, we may have found credible scientific evidence of life beyond Earth. Astronomers, using NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, have detected intriguing chemical signatures in the atmosphere of a distant planet called K2-18b, an exoplanet orbiting a dim red dwarf star, 124 light-years away in the constellation Leo. What they found is remarkable. Molecules known as dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide. On Earth, these compounds are produced almost exclusively by living organisms, particularly marine phytoplankton and microbes. Their presence on another world could be the strongest sign yet that we are not alone. The researchers, led by Dr. Nikku Madhusudhan of the University of Cambridge, emphasize that this is not a discovery of life, but a compelling indication, a chemical whisper, a hint that somewhere across the void, something may be breathing. So what do we know about this alien world? K2-18b is about 8.5 times the mass of Earth. It belongs to a newly proposed class of planets called Hycean worlds, places that may have hydrogen-rich atmospheres and deep global oceans. It's not Earth-like in the traditional sense, it's darker, wetter and heavier. Its skies may be thick with haze, its sunlight a deep crimson glow filtered through clouds. And yet it sits in its star's habitable zone, where liquid water could exist and life in theory could flourish. Now let us imagine, just for a moment, suppose that K2-18b isn't only home to microbes, but to minds, to intelligent life, to beings with culture, curiosity, perhaps even questions not so different from our own. On a world wrapped in cloud and ocean, where the light is dim and the stars are distant whispers, what might civilization look like? Perhaps they live in floating cities atop endless seas, adapted to high pressure and low light. Perhaps they navigate by sonar, or heat, or by patterns of magnetic fields. Their eyes might see in infrared. Their concept of a day might stretch far beyond ours. Their science and philosophy is shaped by the needs of a different world. And maybe, just maybe, they're looking back at us. But even if they are, the distance between us is profound. A message sent from Earth today would not reach K2-18b until the year 2149. A reply from the planet wouldn't arrive back to Earth until 2273. Even the fastest spacecraft humans have ever built would take millions of years to make the journey. As scientist Jill Tarter once said, if they're out there, and if they're listening, it's more of a whisper than a conversation. This is the paradox of cosmic discovery. We may one day detect signs of intelligent life, but be forever unable to meet it. We may see lights in distant clouds. We may decode patterns in radio waves. We may know for certain that we are not alone. And yet we may remain very much alone, never to touch, never to share a story or a song or a single thought. We may discover life we can see, but never know, as the universe is vast, and the amount of space we can traverse is extremely limited. Perhaps it was always more likely we would discover something too far or exotic for us to see, study, and physically inspect. Still, even that knowledge, that we may not be alone, would change everything. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, "Claiming there is no other life in the universe is like scooping up some water, looking at the cup and saying there are no whales in the ocean." Now, with the Webb telescope's findings, we may have glimpsed our first whale. And that glimpse, distant, incomplete and quiet, could be one of the most profound moments in human history. It's a reminder of the vastness we live within, a reminder that the universe does not end with us. that for all our wars and noise and division, we are a small singular part of a much greater story. Carl Sagan once wrote, "For small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love." Perhaps that's why we look outward, to feel connected to something beyond ourselves. To remember that wonder, curiosity and imagination are some of our oldest and most powerful tools.
Breaking news.
We may never meet the minds that may or may not exist on planet K2-18b. We may never touch that alien sea, but we've heard a whisper, and that whisper might just be the beginning of everything. To stay updated on the latest science and technology news, subscribe to Breaking Through News on YouTube and at breakingthrough.com.